Hey, we're going to look at logging into our science curriculum. So I opened a new tab for myself and I'm going to type in my.amplify.com. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to open with this specific page. Now, as much as possible, I always set it up so that way you can log in using your Google account. That way you don't have to remember a million passwords for the different websites. So our science curriculum is no different. So you're going to click on login with Google and you're going to choose your Google School account. If you choose any other account, it's not going to let you in. So I'm going to choose my student account. Now it's going to load. Now I actually have 3 classes, but you guys are just going to have 1. Now once I come in here, it'll show you either earth science, life science, or physical science, 6th grade, 7th grade, or 8th grade. Now once you're here, you can either click on this A, or you can come up to the launch programs and then click on Science California, whichever one you prefer. They're both going to do the same thing. This one, when we click on the rocket ship, definitely opens in a new tab. This one will keep it in the same tab. So definitely depending on how you feel about it, but it's going to open to the same one. Same screen. Now, again, if you're in 6th grade, you're going to see this page. If you're in 7th grade, you'll just see this. And then 8th grade, we'll see this one. Now, these are going to be your different units you're going to look at and be studying. Now, each unit is set up in a similar way. So when we click on these, we're going to start with the first unit in each of them. We're going to have chapters. You might have 3 or 4 chapters. Each of those are going to tell you how many lessons you have. The first unit is pretty short, so if you notice, we don't have that many lessons. Then each chapter is broken up into those lessons. The lessons are going to have our different sections that we can look at. This first one, since it's just introduction, it's pretty short, but it has our different activities that we get a look at. So it's going to have some directions. It has what has energy in this case. If it's blue, that means it actually opens into another tab, and that can be a reading article or an activity that you're going to do. Please make sure you read the directions. And then you can always click on to next activity, and it's going to move you to the next thing. Again, we see a different activity here. Now, in this one, we also see 3 dots. This means that part 2, so lesson 1, part 2, has 3 subparts. They just put it on like 3 different pages. So we can click on the button, or we can click on the word next. And if you want to go back, you can either click back on that or the back button. Now, when we got to 3, we would have done page 1, so we have some work to do. Page 2, we have work to do and a question to answer. And page 3, it has vocabulary. Then you're going to click hand in. Since I actually didn't type anything in, it won't let me hand in. But once we've typed in those things, it'll let me hand in. If you don't click hand in, then I, the teacher, cannot see your work. So I don't know that you did it. I can't grade it. I can't give you feedback. So that's a huge bummer. So make sure you click hand in. Now we can always come back and we can come back to the chapter title, the unit title, or the home page. These 3 little bars are useful because these are going to let you go to your library, which allows you to access all the reading materials, your work, which allows you to see a record of everything you've submitted, and all our applications. So I have a lot more applications than you do because I have 3 curriculums instead of just 1. So you'll only see some of these related to your area of study. Now, these are our simulations. If you're using an iPad, some of them need to be downloaded to your iPad. Most will allow you to work just in the browser with them. But these simulations are pretty interesting, and we're going to use them to look at a lot of different things. And I like a lot of these because they're pretty cool and interactive. We also have some units called our engineering units. Those are going to work with Futura Workspace, so that's linked right here. And when we get to the Futura Workspace, I'll definitely come back and show you guys how to use that again. With the work, we also have this little bell, which that will give you any notifications. So if I have feedback to give you, it's going to light up there. Or if you have test results or quiz results, it's going to show up there and you can click on it to go there. Otherwise, when you get to my work, you can click on there and it will show you all the work you have submitted. And it lets you see this section.